What is up, YouTube? Good morning and welcome back, degenerates, to the My Crypto Journey live stream here for Coffee and Crypto Baby, live from, of course, sunny San Diego. And boy, it's been quite a few awesome sunny days down here, baby. This actual paradise. I understand why the cost of living is stupid. I hope you're all doing well. Do me a favor, clickety-clack that like button, push us up in the old algorithm. Follow me on Twitter. Links to all my social medias are in the description down below. And if you're into gaming at all, follow me on Twitch. We stream every single day, well, at least Monday through Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Get our gaming on. But good morning. What is up, chat? How are you guys doing today? And the overall cryptocurrency market is seeming to be trading sideways. But all the euphoria that we've been feeling lately, because we've been going on quite a bit of a run the last couple or a few weeks. And a lot of people, think that this is the bottom. Now, usually I would say that, yeah, maybe it is the bottom, but there's so many external factors that I think are going to lead to the market pulling back. I think this is a dead cat bounce. I think we're going to see better prices to buy our favorite cryptocurrency projects. So you can see the big numbers right here. Of course, Ethereum down 3% today, Bitcoin down 3% today. And it looks like altcoins are just down a little more than Bitcoin as they are. They kind of move faster and drop faster than Bitcoin when things are happening right now. But some of the headlines we have today are crypto.com, pretty big win for them over in Europe. Ripple sees some pretty big growth. And of course, when it comes to Do Kwon and Terra Luna, there might be more things happening. Now, this is the reason why he probably waited so long to get an interview going, because he wanted to make sure that he had all his bases covered legally and he didn't say anything that could make them look bad. And to me, this is a very interesting story to follow. It's gonna be very telling in the next few weeks to see what happens when it comes to some sort of legal action and what exactly they find when the dust settles, right? I mean, it's been 3 months and he finally gave his first interview, and I thought this was very, very interesting. Then we're gonna go ahead and watch some news on cryptocurrency, of course, and then our favorite guy, Clear Value Tax. We're gonna see why he thinks it's a dead cat bounce, also through research. The overall cryptocurrency market is up, or excuse me, down 1% today at 1.12 trillion. So that's a good milestone for us. But first, let me say what's up to the chat, baby. We got Steve in here. First off, we got Bullish Crypto, Twitch Radio, MBK201. We got Tim, Racket Club, DoobieTube, Gabe, Crypto High, Bud, Jay Hawk. What's up, baby? Legal Alien. What's up, Legal? Javi, Bud Yeti, Grant, Timbo Slice, not to be confused with Kimbo Slice. We got Dom, we got Mike, we got your dad, we got Echoes. What's up, baby? Dude, shout out to Echoes, man. Your channel's been killing it lately. What's up, fan? What's up, baby? We got, oh, I already said legal. We got legal twice. We got Scotty Pimpin. We got that guy. We got Jose. Give me a name that starts with the letter H. Jose. Samuel, Empty Glue Gun, L, and DJ Crypto Tech. What's up, baby? Chris Crocs. Hope you're all doing well today. Let's jump into some damn news. First of all, I want to talk about Crypto.com obtaining permit for crypto activities in the UK. Now, of course, Crypto.com is very, very popular in our space. Everyone loves Crypto.com. Everyone loves Crypto.com. It's very trendy. I think with a name like Crypto.com, it's a pretty big deal. It's more mass adoptable. They made some big moves over in November by purchasing the rights to the Staples Center, which is now the Crypto.com Center. Of course, they had these crazy celebrity endorsements, which we know, ambassadors aren't everything, but on their scale, LeBron James, Matt Damon, that's actually a pretty big deal. Now, I did see an article from Bloomberg, but I couldn't read it because unfortunately I had to pay for it, that we're not seeing these commercials around anymore. And that includes the commercials with Tom Brady and FTX. But it's like, it's not a bull market right now. They're not going to spend a lot of money on these kind of partnerships because they really can't right now. I mean, maybe they can, but now is not the time to be spending a shit ton of money on influencers. And they're just influencers on a larger scale. And that's what we're really seeing with a lot of even smaller cap community shitcoins. We don't see them spending a ton of money on influencers right now because it's just not the way to do it. It's just because, if there's no volume, then what's the point, right? They want to save money. So the cryptoverse has been encountering quite a lot of scrutiny from regulators across the globe. While certain regulators have been outrightly calling out exchanges and ousting them, a few others have been welcoming crypto platforms with open arms. The UK has been rather cautious about all things crypto. However, Crypto.com seems to have garnered a thumbs up from the Financial Conduct Authority, FCA. So I guess that's a governing body over in Europe. And this is a good thing because it's true. Governments have been pretty hostile towards cryptocurrency exchanges, and for good reason. A lot of them recently, smaller ones, have been shutting down. And if you have your funds in there, well, you're kind of stuck like fucking Chuck, right? You can't get your money. There's no insurance. What's up, Dirty Mino Pair? What's up, baby? Give me all the money. Um, on Tuesday, the FCA revealed that prominent exchange Crypto.com would be allowed to carry out certain crypto asset activities in the UK. The firm managed to acquire a registration under FCA's Financial Services Register as Form DAX, whatever the fuck that means. This is reportedly the name of Crypto.com was listed in the UK. Okay, that makes sense. So that's good, right? That's more mass adoption. It's a big win for Crypto.com. And it's just another way in another area people could buy cryptocurrency when the markets start to run. But I do think we're going to have a nice little pullback and a bigger opportunity to purchase crypto on a discount. And that includes everything like Crypto.com. Now, Crypto.com was a juggernaut this last bull run. Will it be the same going forward? I don't know. You know, a lot of the appeal was their insane rewards they gave back for their cards. But remember, they have so much utility, right? And their blockchain's just getting started. And a lot of projects are starting to be built on their blockchain, the Kronos blockchain. I don't use it, but a lot of people do. There's a very big, I know Texas Tornado makes a lot of videos on crypto.com or did. And it's a very popular cryptocurrency. People like it, right? So we'll have to see what happens. The next bull run, I think we're going to have a couple of blockchains that people are going to start building community tokens on. I think they're going to start sending it. People are going to use those blockchains. We just don't know what other ones it'll be. Of course, we'll have Ethereum, obviously, right after the merge, but we don't know what other ones there will be. So we'll be on the lookout for that. What's up, Bree? What's up, Bree? Legal Alien hates Kronos chain. Lomo says, what is the best crypto to buy on Coinbase right now if you want to come up on a few dollars by the end of the day? Ooh, I don't know, man. You'd have to like get really into technicals with that. You'd be day trading at this point. I don't know. Generally, like if you're looking if you're looking to make some crazy gains today, you're gonna have to play with a lot of money because the gains you're gonna make are gonna be small unless we get some insane news about cryptocurrency, right? So if you get like a little 5% increase on something, you can make some money, but you're gonna have to put like a few $1,000s in or $10,000 in or something like that. But I'd be careful because it can easily go the opposite way. What's up, Biz? How you doing, baby? What's up, Wheelchair Malone? What's up, baby? So good news for crypto.com. Shout out to them. I like to see them doing big things. We all love it, right? We all love it. Okay, so Inc. magazine adds Ripple to Inc.'s 5,000 list. Now, it's funny that I think some motherfuckers are just battling out with the SEC, but they're growing fast, right? Ripple XRP, if you're into that kind of stuff. I'm really not, but we know like people like Bernie, who's not here this morning, I don't think. He's missing. Likes Kadena and those other kind of similar projects. So shout out to them. So Inc. magazine has added Ripple to the list of America's fastest growing private companies. It ranks at 2,456th place on the list after growing 236% over the last year. Ripple's highest rank on the list recently was 123rd place back in 2020. So that's pretty sweet, right? That's pretty sweet. So cryptocurrency lender BlockFi topped the list after recording 245,000% growth over the past year. FTX acquired BlockFi back in June for a reported $25 million, capitalizing on the company's growth over the past year. Coming in second place is Atlanta, Georgia-based healthcare staffing company SnapNurse with 146. These are insane percents, but that makes sense over the past year, right? We saw an insane increase in cryptocurrency users. So, of course, this is a tweet about it, and that's big news if you're a Ripple person. What's up, Richard, with the $2 donation says, thoughts on Luffy and $50 million venture capital deal? I don't know anything about that. If you're talking about Luffy Inu, I wouldn't touch that with the fucking 50-foot pole. I don't know about so pretty much Luffy was a shitcoin based off One Piece using the main character Luffy Inu. I actually got into that back in the day. I'm not sure if I lost or won on that trade, but probably lost. And I guess maybe they secured $50 million worth of venture capital, which If you're a person, if you're a VC fund and you gave that project $50 million, boy, you better see something we don't. It might be Morpheus. So that's pretty crazy. Then they go over the top 10 companies that are growing, which is pretty cool. So it says early in August, Ripple was also recognized by Fortune magazine as one of the 100 best medium workplaces. Oh shit! Okay, the company sits at 34 on that list. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Ripple's also looking to purchase the asset of recently bankrupt Celsius Network, which can see the company grow even more. Well, that's pretty cool. I didn't know that. So they want to purchase. So a lot of people want to purchase the assets of recently bankrupt Celsius, right? We're hearing that a lot, especially with Voyager too. Remember that the owner and CEO of FTX really tried to lowball um, Voyager to buy him out, right? We'll see what happens with that. But shout out to XRP. Looks like a good place to work too. And if you're XRP Maxi, that's good news for you. Very, very good news for you. What's up, Bud Yeti says I missed the stream yesterday because of Fudney's Twitter post. Yeah, I actually ended up coming on and deleted the post. What about Tama Doge? I don't know anything about Tama Doge. Scotty Pimpin says, I believe energy-based cryptos will be big in the future, like Power Ledger and Energy Web Token. Scotty, I haven't heard of any of those, but that makes sense, right? Hopefully they're all proof of stake, right? Joe Tomlinson says, legit Tama. What is that? Lazy Coconut says, I need 1,000x, Roddy. Boy, I need 1,000x too. I think we'll get 1,000x. That's why it's always good to diversify, because all it takes is 1,000x, right? You're going to lose them probably a lot of your trades. But there's a couple out there. 2-Bit Crypto, what's up, baby? How you doing, bro? Bullish on 2-Bit Crypto. Sending XRP, baby. Send it, baby. He didn't want. What's up, Trigger Trey? I say Trigger Trey all the day on Instagram with his crazy degenerate plays. XRP has made a formal request with the courts to be in Celsius Bank. What we got on sale, baby. Hey man. I mean, I'm sure they're happy to sell them. They have to, right? They have to. They have to sell. They have to make sure that they got to take care of the people that have their money locked in there, right? Now, what was heartbreaking to me is hearing that lady who put $1 million in the Voyager. Now, I know it's different than Celsius, but same concept, right? $1 million. Now, that's irresponsible. I know she can get mad at the cryptocurrency company, but if your net worth is $1 million, why the fuck did you put all of it in one place? But with people like Mark Cuban and you trust that guy, maybe you're a Dallas Mavericks fan and maybe you've been following him on Shark Tank. You're like, I trust this guy. And you hear some guy say, it's fucking the shit. Damn, I don't know how to feel about all that, but can't blame him. I appreciate that, Trigger Trey. So we'll have to see. Do me a favor, clickety-clack that like button. Push us up in the old algorithm. Hit the like button. You can gently touch it. You can smash it. Whatever you want to do, hit that like. I'm trying to get to 100 likes. Let's go, baby. Send it. Send it, baby. Now, I think this is really important. We're going to listen to Clear Value Tax real quick on his prediction on the stock market, housing market, inflation, and recession. We're not going to watch the whole video, but some of it. So without further ado, let's get into it because it's very important information.
Let's get started with the stock market. The stock market has been rallying. This is a dead cat bounce.
Okay, so keep in mind, remember, cryptocurrencies correlated with the damn stock market, okay? This is a funny face to pause at. This is fucking hilarious. But okay. Cryptocurrency risky asset, right? It's going to move with the market. Keep that in mind.
I already warned you about this, and I even said that this is going to be the perfect time to write covered calls. I also said that this dead cat bounce, it can last for 6 weeks, 8 weeks. That is expected and normal.
Now, we've been seeing a little bit of a rally for about 6 weeks, right? 6, 8 weeks. It's moving. Our cryptocurrency's been jamming, right? We've been having a lot of euphoria, a lot of positive news has come out, a lot of catalysts and those sorts of things. Very, very important.
So here's what you don't know. When the Federal Reserve, when they perform quantitative tightening, it crashes the stock markets. So it's a simple concept. If they flood the system with money, there's so much money in the system and people buy financial assets, including stocks. You take that money out of the system, it's the opposite effect. The market goes down. Don't fight the Fed. That's not what you don't know. You already knew that. The Federal Reserve said for June, July, and August, they will be sucking out of the system $47.5 billion a month. Starting in September, it'll be $95 billion a month. That was a straight up lie.
So here's the thing. They've been saying they're trying to take money out of the market. They haven't, right? It's been a lie. So the pain hasn't really started just yet, right? Because they have to crash the stock market.
So they have not been doing that. Apparently, they meant they could tighten by up to those amounts. They have not been. The Federal Reserve, they release the size of their balance sheet every week. So you can check it for yourself. Check June, check July. They just straight up lied. If the Federal Reserve reduces the size of their balance sheet meaningfully, if they tighten and suck that money out of the system, then that's going to crash the stock market. And that would probably be bad for the midterm elections. However, if they don't tighten, inflation, it's not going to fall as quickly as we would like. And inflation rates of 8.5%, that is still ridiculously high. That's at unacceptable levels.
So the funny thing is that we saw the cryptocurrency market move when we got those numbers. We're like, oh, hell yeah, baby. Time to buy. It's time to panic buy, right? That's what we thought. But that's still horrible, right? In the grand scheme of things, that's still horrible. But at the time, it was better than expected. So that's why the market started to move. It's all, it's making little sense, right? But let's continue.
So, not to mention that those are government calculated figures disconnected from reality. So, this dead cat bounce that we're seeing right now, the party's going to end when inflation gets stuck and they need to tighten out of necessity. So that's probably going to happen in the next few weeks ahead. Whether that's going to happen before or after the midterm elections, I cannot make that prediction. The stock market, it hit a low this year on June 16th. The market stabilized and it went sideways until July 18th. And then the market, it's been on an upward trend for the past 3.5 weeks. Central banks, they've been buying more bonds. This has decreased interest rates and it's created a risk-on environment. So this has pushed more money into the stock markets. If they keep doing this, then inflation, it's going to remain elevated. Therefore, they're going to be forced to stop this sooner or later, and it's probably going to be soon. So I'm going to be going more in depth on this topic, so please watch out for that video. Let's talk about the housing market.
Okay, so that's very important, right? That's very, very important. And this is what we were talking about, right? We talked about that this is probably not going to be the worst of the worst. And we've been like feeling all euphoric because the last 6 weeks, have been kind of running and there's all this bullish news coming out about, the merge. We're seeing like community tokens start to moon. Shiba Inu's going crazy, but, you have to take everything with a grain of salt. Now, in the grand scheme of things, it's okay to buy now because I think that cryptocurrency, the future looks bright, obviously. It's everywhere. To me, buying right now is not a huge deal. But if you're looking to get the best prices, maybe wait a little longer. So we'll see what happens. F. Joe says, housing market dumping already, car prices dropping. Dirty Mile says, inflation just proves our government just can't manage money. They are too busy trying to get rich on insider trading and handling out billions of their buddies to pay attention. Yeah, it's kind of weird because it's all about getting reelected, right? Keeping the party in power. And I think that the writing's on the walls when it comes to who's going to win these midterms. It doesn't look good for the current party. I'm not getting political or anything like that, but it just doesn't seem like that, right? Because a lot of people, attribute to the economy looking like shit to poor leadership, right? So we'll have to see what happens with that. But Biz says my market short positions have already been bleeding out. I'm ready for this crash already. Right, it'll happen. And yes, yeah, that lady put $1 million into a centralized exchange. She sure did. And 350,000 of that was supposed to be for her kid's college. So, Lazy Coconut says, "Isn't the merge and Shibarium still bullish? Also, LUNC tax coming soon. Well, I hope Luna Classic tax. I hope so, but Shibarium is going to be bullish. The merge is going to be bullish, but is it going to move the entire cryptocurrency market? I don't think so. I think we'll get a little bit of a buy the rumor, sell the news event, but I don't think it'll be a huge deal. Right? What's up, Pierre? Thank you so much for dropping in. So now, yesterday we watched a really interesting video on Kwon. Hiring lawyers, prepping for, he had an interview with Coinage. and talked about some of the stuff with Terra Luna after being silent for months. I mean, no one could get an interview with this guy. Big news outlets were asking for interviews, and I'm sure they would have paid him for it. But he gave it to Coinage. And now it comes out that, maybe he's prepping for legal action. That's going to be kind of crazy. Yes, do me a favor, clickety clack that like button, baby. Send it. So this is pretty interesting. So earlier this week, Terra founder Do Kwon said that the authorities in South Korea haven't been in touch or filed charges against him. So he said that, right? In an interview with crypto media startup Coinage, Kwon was asked if he planned on returning to Korea from Singapore. Responding to the same, the Terra executive said, "It's kind of hard to make that decision because we've never been in touch with the investigators. They've never charged us with anything," right? So he's in Singapore. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why someone would be in Singapore, right? Very, very interesting, right? And he hasn't returned to Korea yet. So a new twist in the Terra tale. However, now, per the latest reports, Do Kwon has hired lawyers from a domestic law firm to lay the groundwork for legal action in response to the investigation by the Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office. Remember, there was a house raided, right? One of the people that were involved in Terraform Labs. He is said to have recently submitted a letter of appointment to an attorney at the Seoul Southern District Prosecutor's Office. So, of course, we got that right. Per the report, the prosecutor's Joint Financial and Securities Crime Investigation Team has been conducting investigations and collecting transaction records and other evidence with respect to the collapse of Terra's ecosystem crash. On the 20th of last month, a total of 15 places, including 7 virtual exchanges, Terraform Labs related corporation, and the homes of related people were raided and searched, right? So to me, it's like, well, how are you not being investigated when a lot of people involved with the project are getting raided, right? Doesn't make any sense. What's up, Matt? How you doing? Prosecutors are also reported to have ordered Kwon to notify them whenever he arrives back in Korea. Alongside, they have banned current and former employees of Terraform and leaving the community. However, no arrests have been made yet. So, who is to be blamed? Kwon has time and time again said that he plans to cooperate with it when the time arrives. In Kwon's interview, when he has questions about jail time, he exclaimed, "Life is long." Wow. Commenting on the ecosystem's collapse, Kwon said that he hadn't. So we know about all this, right? So yesterday, it seems like he's pretty defeated, right? He said he took a big risk, he lost. He believed in Terra Luna. He said he worked. It's his life's work, right? He said he couldn't sleep for a week after the collapse, and I think that I believe that to be true. I don't think he's as like crazy and sociopathic and psychopathic to like just sleep calmly at night while everyone's getting riggedy wrecked because for a brief moment he was the most hated person on the internet, which is no small feat. um so we'll have to see what happens now. Of course he has to cooperate with the authorities, right? He's in Singapore. I'm not sure what it looks like. I don't know how the jurisdiction of the Korean government looks in a place like Korea, but I mean, what do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen to this guy? Do you think he's actually going to get some jail time, or do you think he's going to get away with what happened? Is it negligence? What was it, malicious, or was it just a failed business? Right? Did he? Can they prove that he knew or thought that the company was going to fail? I don't know. What's up, Franco? How you doing? What's up, baby? Frank Q says, "I hope Do Kwon goes to jail." Manny says, let these prices go down. I'm bullish on Crow, Matic, Shiba Inu. Nice. FJ Crypto says a week before he laughs, that's entertaining to see cryptos dump. I don't think it was a week before, but it was, there was an interview where he was caught saying that he was pretty much you know uh it was amusing seeing cryptocurrencies crash, right? Now, shout out to MetaMonkey hashtag ad. I have to say that now. Having an AMA and clearing up some things the other day. Of course, this pre-sale is going to be launching soon. It's a cryptocurrency product in our space. Get into it. Don't, whatever you want. But there's a little bit of stuff going on, like kind of drama in the space right now, which I think is kind of ridiculous. Now, I just want to cover this real quick because I think it's important. Look, a lot of people, or some people, are upset that they're saying that Shibnobi's involved with this project. Here's the thing. They think that Teddy from Shibnobi is writing the contract. Teddy from Shibnobi is not writing the contract. They're getting a CertiK audit. If anyone was able to write a contract with some sort of exploit in it, CertiK would find that out, and it would be an issue, and everyone could see it. And especially with Skynet enabled, it's going to be a constant audit 24/7. So if you're worried about that, fine. That's understandable. But just know that just because someone writes a contract doesn't mean shit when a company like Certic's is going to audit it and see if there's any exploits. Anyone can write the contract. People writing contract doesn't necessarily mean it's going to do well or bad. Most contracts are copy and pasted in the space. That doesn't mean shit. So I just wanted to clear that up because a lot of people are tripping out about it. And it's a non-issue, but in our space, we've been wrecked so many times, So look, if you don't want to get into it, fine. You don't have to go in the pre-sale. Wait for a week, wait for 2 weeks, wait for a month after it launches, and then get into it and see how it does. That's the kind of the angle I like to take. So it should be good. Biz says we should be able to pump sell today. The mega well is pretty screwed now. Yeah, if just because someone from the team is writing a contract, right, doesn't mean that they're involved with the project, have anything to it. So just saying that it's crazy that people think that that's not the case. Anyone can write the contract, but no one likes Shibnobi at all. So if you say that name in the space, people say fuck that, because a lot of people have been wrecked by Shibnobi. They've had some pretty dumb errors, right? So it's like if same thing with Saitama. If Saitama was involved, people were like, hell no. I remember when WAGMI launched on Satamask, that was a huge, huge black eye for them. The people did not like that. But it still pumped like crazy because a lot of people were pushing it in the space. So thank you so much, Sugar Trey. Yeah, hit that like button. Exactly, L. Exactly. I know I don't want people to understand that. And so they're literally shitting on this project because they don't like Teddy or people don't like Shibnobi. It's like, dude, just fucking calm down. Relax. What's up, Wiz Studios? What's the pump? No pump today. No pumping today. It's kind of chill right now. Kind of chill. All right, let's watch some crypto news on Crypto World over on CNBC, our favorite crypto outlet pretty much right now.
Today, the Akala stablecoin regains its value after hackers minted billions of tokens. BitGo threatens to sue Galaxy Digital over its canceled merger. And Claire Ching of Gemini explains what Ethereum investors and businesses can expect from the merge.
Oh.
Welcome to CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Tanea McKeel. Digital assets falling again this morning. By noon Eastern, Bitcoin dropped to $23,000. Ether traded around $1,800 and Cardano dipped to 56 cents. All right, let's talk about today's top stories. First, the Akala stablecoin almost is back on track after hackers torpedoed its value over the weekend. The token has nearly regained its $1 peg after plummeting to as low as 9/10 of a penny on Monday.
That's crazy, right? That Akala would be able to recover so it's another failed stablecoin, right? Of Polkadot, which is we don't need any more stablecoins depegging, but it went back to its peg or got close to it. That's crazy.
The recovery is thanks to the protocol destroying the 1.3 billion tokens, which were minted by hackers over the weekend. The token sat around 91 cents by noon Eastern, and Akala said it was working to track down all transactions performed by the wallets linked to the hack. Next, BitGo wants $100 million from Galaxy Digital over its canceled acquisition. In a blog post, the crypto startup responded to Galaxy, ditching the billion-dollar deal, calling it, quote, improper. BitGo said the merger was not set to expire until December 31st of this year, and that Galaxy needs to either pay $100 million or face, quote, damages of that and much more for acting in bad faith. Finally, a new report shows hackers target DeFi protocols. Crypto World's Kate Rooney has all the latest data.
It's not just investors. Crypto criminals are having a tougher time making money in this year's bear market. According to a new report from Chainalysis, the total volume for illicit crypto entities is down 15% from a year ago. That comes as overall crypto volumes have fallen more than 30%. First, the blockchain data firm found a significant drop in scams. It was 65% below the levels through July of last year. And these are typically those get-rich-quick schemes or fake investing opportunities promising enormous returns. Those tend to seem a little less believable with prices down, and fewer people are falling for it. Then there's dark web revenue. That was down 43% from a year ago. It was actually tracking higher for this year until April. That's when Hydra Marketplace, a prominent hub for drug sales, stolen data, and money laundering services, was shut down. The one area of crime still booming, hacks and stolen funds. It topped $1.9 billion so far this year. That's up 58% from a year ago. This is
It's crazy, right? But understand.
mostly
Hold on.
in DeFi, or decentralized finance, and that open source code can make it uniquely vulnerable to hacks. It, on one hand, is used by developers, but is being increasingly exploited by hackers. We've talked about some of those Solana wallets recently getting hacked, and then the Ronin hack was by far the biggest this year. Half of that total has come from North Korean groups, which have taken home about $1 billion in stolen funds. Illicit activity.
Now, real quick. So, of course, with the banning of Tornado Cash, what do you guys think is going to happen to the total amount of hacks in the space? Do you think that they're going to go down since they can't use that system to wash out the money, to wash the money anymore? And of course, this year's been crazy, and of course, hacks have gone down since then. That's because there's not a lot of real buzz in cryptocurrency right now, right? So it's going to be interesting to see what effect does the Tornado Cash getting shut down is going to have on hacks. What are they going to do? Because we can say that two reasons, right? We don't want people like North Korea making tons of money on cryptocurrency hacks. That's crazy, right? Dictatorship, whole shebang, right? They make most of their money from doing pretty shady things. But we also don't want people to evade the tax man in the United States. And if something like Tornado Cash allows people here in the U.S. to do that, you can't use it. And the laws for using something like Tornado Cash right now, you could be punished to up to 30 years in jail right now, today, if you were to use Tornado Cash, right? So be careful with that kind of stuff. Let's continue.
Activity is still less than 1% of crypto's total activity, but these hacks have weighed on investor confidence, and it's been seen as a drag on an industry that's really looking to become more legitimate in the eyes of investors.
Okay, for our main story of the day, we're taking a look at the Ethereum merge. Now, Ether has rallied in recent days as investors anticipate the upgrade, and lots of industry experts claim the transition to proof of stake is a major milestone for Ethereum's adoption. I spoke to Claire Ching, co-head of hedge fund and liquidity solutions at Gemini, about how the merge will change the platform for businesses and investors alike.
All right, Claire, so thanks for joining us today. We are here to talk about the Ethereum merge. I want to get into price right away, and then we can expand from there. But how do you think that this transition is going to affect prices?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, it's always difficult to make price predictions for stuff. But what we do know, though, is that the flow dynamics here are very much changing. So there are two things that are happening. One is that because we're moving from this consensus mechanism change from proof of work to proof of stake, what we're seeing is that there's no longer will be any mining rewards. And so all the miners that are used to getting their mining rewards and therefore have to sell them strategically throughout the market to sort of fund their operations in dollars, that selling pressure goes away entirely in this new paradigm. The second thing is that because of the staking portion of sort of this proof of stake mechanism, investors who've been kind of putting ETH into stake pools effectively are understanding that their ETH will be locked up effectively for the next 6 to 12 months, effectively, when the next Shanghai sort of upgrade will happen in the network post the merge. And so in a lot of ways, you're seeing that. I think we're seeing about 10% of the ETH pool that are being locked up right now. And so again, you're taking away sort of liquidity from the market that, could be available to sell. And so those two things in combination are quite powerful. And that's something definitely to watch for. And I think that, we already see that there are a lot of excitement that's generated. I think that this is the biggest narrative that's developing within crypto at the moment. It's certainly decoupling from some of the risk assets that are trading, more macroly. And
It's actually important. If Joe Crypto says stolen, a hacked amount is 1/1700th of the total activity. That's actually pretty interesting, right? But that regulators will find any reason to pass down strict laws and stuff in order to get a hold on cryptocurrency. They want to regulate it, right? The SEC really wants cryptocurrency. Is there no sound? Can you guys hear right now? Javi says there's no sound. But this rest of this news article is kind of boring, but she's talking about how the merge will affect prices and those sorts of things. And what she's talking about pretty much is that because it's proof of work right now, when they mine, they get Ethereum, right? And then they kind of sell it. So that selling pressure is going to be gone. So that's very interesting for cryptocurrency, right? Because there's not going to be any selling pressure, and Ethereum's going to be deflationary. Okay, thanks, Anthony. But let's continue though, because she has some very, very good points.
And I think that people are really excited to look for this way to not only have their ETH, but also to kind of hold on to it and generate on a very passive way a 10 to 12% return, which I think is pretty darn good when you look across different asset classes here.
You hit on several things there. Let's start with passive yield. You said about a 10% return. What is sort of the average return for staking Ether currently?
Yeah, so the current ETH staking rewards are around 4 to 5%, and that's fairly consistent across other altcoins in the market as well.
What would you say are some of the benefits of staking? Other than the returns, how do you expect that to change after the transition? And even more importantly, what are some of the potential risks that people need to be thinking about?
Yeah, absolutely. I think as an investor, the benefit is quite clear in terms of the passive yield that you gain in this sort of consensus mechanism. And it's a very sustainable way also to generate that yield. It's not something that's going to be fluctuating a ton. And so, as long as you choose sort of your staking providers and input that directly, it's a fairly easy and straightforward process. It's very easy and to access for investors, large or small in that sense. I think that's a huge benefit. In terms of the another benefit, obviously, is purely on the ESG point in terms of the actual savings on energy, right? Like because we're no longer using mining computations here, the savings are pretty dramatic. I mean, if you tell me that, hey, we can save 20% by doing something, I would consider that to be pretty wonderful. But in this particular case, you'd be saving 99.95%. I think the downside and the risk that people should always be aware of, right, is that you are earning these yields in ETH terms, which is very similar actually to, I've sat on the traditional investment banking sales and trading floor of foreign exchange for quite a long time. And there, the very popular practice is with these carry trades. So you sell a very low yielding currency like the dollar or the yen, and you thereby go ahead and buy an emerging market currency and to earn the higher interest rate in that emerging market economy. But the issue is that if you're accounting for your returns in dollars or yen, you're going to have this basis difference when you swap that currency back to dollars or yen effectively. And so the same sort of basis risk exists within, ETH and dollars or whatever your base currency would be in that case. And so that's something that people should always be aware of. But again, a very similar parallel and something that a lot of traditional markets and the institutional side are very used to.
All right, we're talking about mining rewards as well. And, on the Bitcoin side, we've talked a lot about miner capitulation over here. So I guess same question today with the drop in rewards for Ethereum miners. How in turn do you see that being felt among investors?
I think the ETH mining and rewards go away altogether. And so you see that a lot of the ETH miners are planning their move to this coin called Ethereum Classic, which is one of the hard forked proof of work Ethereum versions. And so they're kind of moving their equipment and their assets that way to kind of generate, to kind of continue their business. But effectively, in the sort of the new paradigm in terms of the proof of stake ETH, there's really no longer much need for them altogether.
We saw this morning Coinbase announcing they're pausing ETH and ERC20 deposits and withdrawals.
This is important.
They're calling a precautionary measure. Shares of Coinbase down 7% on that news initially. What do you make of that?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as a traditional investor, I think that, it's always the knee-jerk reaction is always very negative when you see an exchange is shutting down or halting operations. However, I will have to say that I think these are fairly customary. We are, as exchanges are always in the business of protecting our clients' assets. During any hard fork or network upgrades, we are observing the blocks as they're computed and validated properly, and we want to make sure that our clients' assets and their transactions are not, getting caught up in that transition as we make that move. And so, a pause of anywhere from a few hours to a day, I think is fairly common, and we've certainly done that for other token projects and blockchains as well.
Now, like literally, like that's important because a lot of people freak out when this happens. Trading's going to be paused and halted on ETH, obviously, because they want a snapshot in time to know exactly how much you're going to be getting of ETH 2.0. So just like all the things we've seen in the space with Terra Luna, even things like Saitama, like they're going to pause it and then say, hey, you've gotten this much at this time. But, a project like Ethereum is actually going to give everyone their fucking tokens. They're not going to be like Saitama and make you wait months and months and months, right? You're going to get it probably within a day and stuff like that. Well-oiled machine. What is up, Awesome? So that's very important for you guys to know, right? All that stuff about Ethereum's very important. And I know it's not the most exciting thing ever, but you gotta learn it. It's part of the process. I know we like to talk about like hype shit and hype stories and shit coins and shit like that. I get it, but this is the more important stuff long term as an investor because this is the stuff that's going to make like the most money in my opinion. We could keep investing and aping into shit coins all day, every day, and it's fun and I like it. But fuck, man, gotta start learning about the good stuff sooner than later. And these guys are giving us the new stuff. Big A Armory says, I admire CNBC for actually finding women to talk about crypto. Exactly, right? And they know they're very knowledgeable. Crypto Scribble says, hey, what's up, everyone? Rodney, thank you so much, Crypto Scribbles, for those praises. Clickety clack that like button. Appreciate that, Chris Cox. Uncle Ruckus says, I'm a bro. Yes, the merge is going to be around September 15th or 16th. Vitalik says they will airdrop tokens themselves one by one with screenshots. What's up, awesome? He said ETH was going to explode with the mining. Just watch. What do you mean? Like the next month? Get while the getting's good? Some people are probably still waiting to get their airdrops. Saitama Uchiha is still riding the metaphorical wing dog of Saitama. What's up, Vasilio? How you doing, bro? Well, I just started watching. I'm a little behind. And let's panic buy, baby. Oh, ETC. What is ETC? What is ETC? And with that, that's pretty much the news. So let's open the floor up to some questions and hang out and talk and whatnot, because that's pretty much what's going on. There's not much really going on today. What is ETC? What is it? Oh, Ethereum Classic. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, the miner is going to move there. Well, yeah, of course. So maybe this is time to panic buy some Ethereum Classic. Damn, this thing, man. This is actually one of the first assets I got too on Robinhood. This is a hard fork, right? Yeah. The lady just told us that pretty much, all the miners are going to move to Ethereum Classic because, these people have that same. I mean, they've been knowing about the merge for a while, so hopefully they've been preparing for it, right? What's up, Selmo Foot? What's up, Mizzy Matt? Proof of stake. There's no mining involved. Yeah. What's up, Boomer F and Sooner? Yeah, they have to be well prepared because they've known about this merge forever, and it's been rumored for like a year or more than that. Do you think the ETH merge will positively affect products built on the chain? Yeah, 100%. Right, but I don't think things are going to be much different right away, though. Keep that in mind. You got to give it time for them to fix the roadmap. Have you seen how much Volt's top 50 holders have? I did not, but let's check that out. I have a lot of the supply. Usually, what you see in the small cap shitcoins like that is like it's really like maybe not Volt because it's not really small cap. They have a lot. Volt has a lot of money. Have you played Multiverse? I have not played Multiverse. What happened to Henox Crypto? Henox is still active. Henox is still active, but he's active like on Instagram and I think what's it, TikTok? Yeah, 2% of the supply is a pretty big deal, right? 12. What wallet is this? What is this? Oh, it's a contract, my bad. Burn, Uniswap. So this is the wallet. Yeah, these guys have a lot of the supply. That's kind of crazy. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not terrible. This is kind of normal, I think. Yeah, you see the dollar amount right here. Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, but it's nothing too crazy. Yes, off the grid. Scotty Pippen says that shit coin Pyro had a bulk load of top holders that's waiting to dump. Are they still pumping? Exactly. Yeah, you can have the supply, but yeah, exactly. Like people see, like they see the dollar amount, what it's worth, and they think that they can sell that much at any given point. But if you just go over here, you can see it, and you can see the liquidity, and of course, it's different across different pools. Um, when it comes to like liquidity, they don't have um, like at $2.7 million worth of liquidity. That's not a lot. And if you look at some of these top holders right here, like there's no way like this wallet's going to be able to sell 1.1 million. He's just not going to be able to. They won't let him. I mean, it's half the actual available liquidity. But you have to think about they have liquidity in different places, right? And this is just showing the Uniswap one. But um, you know, just because someone has a value amount doesn't mean they can sell it, right? That's important. Nicole, NFT artist, it's supposed to be September 15th. Moving from proof to proof of stake. Yeah, the price impact would kill them. Exactly. Yep. I don't even know about that. Awesome. I don't think $250,000. I don't think that would even cut it. Yeah, so that's important to watch to look out for. That's why it's always good. Like when you see market caps, like market caps are fine. Like this has a $33 million market cap, but they have $2 million worth, $33 million market cap, but they have $2 million worth of liquidity. So, what's up, Justin Man? What's up, Union Crypto? Yes, clickety clack that like button. What I want to see is what happens with Pulse Chain and PulseX. I want to see what happens right there. They're supposed to be the most liquid. You know. What's up, Stacy? Is everyone's V2 for just for hype? Well, no. I think that what happened was I think this is what truly happened. Here's the thing. Back in the day, it was popular to create contracts with some shit in it that was, I mean, like Saitama, right? They didn't have a marketing wallet. It was renounced, so they couldn't make any changes to it. So that made investors feel safe because they can't, change the sell tax, the buy and sell fees. They can't add things. They can't exchange them. They can't play with the contract. But now, people are realizing that you need to be able to do something with the contract. And I think this paradigm shift happened like 3 or 4 or 5 months ago, right? We're really starting to see all the cryptocurrencies in our space launch new contracts or launch with contracts that could be changed. Because sometimes you need to make changes to get on exchanges or just to do things. And so when people launch V2s, yeah, sometimes it's for hype, but a lot of times it's because they fucked up on the first contract and they're making a new one. But yeah, they're mostly hype. Yeah, they're mostly hype. You know, I don't think so, Nicole. I don't think so. I think that Shiba Inu, although Shiba Inu did outpace Shiba, it's kind of a fucking wild card because it did go up like 30% in one day, but the entire market was running. It wasn't like the market was like not running and Sheep went up. The market was going up and Sheep just outpaced it dramatically. Exactly, right? So, and products lock liquidity for years and then they are stuck and can't get to a V2 and then they die. Exactly. If you lock liquidity out, you can't launch a new contract. Your liquidity is locked. And when we were first coming up in this space, the first product that taught us like about that, because lock liquidity, look at when you're looking for back in the day, when you were looking at shit coins to pump and dump, what you looked for is renounced contracts, lock liquidity, docs developers, right? Those simple things, right? I even made a video on what to look for when you're aping into a shit coin. Doesn't mean they're not going to dump because they can dump. There's other ways to actually like quote unquote pull the rug, right? But at the same time, those are like if it's a good cryptocurrency project, and the first one I found was Dojira, right? They were on Matic, right? Dojira. They didn't have the liquidity lock, and they're like, well, we're trying to get on exchanges. We want to be able to move our liquidity around. Like we need it. We don't want to lock it up. We need it to do things. And that was the first time that really opened my eyes, and I was just like, oh, yeah, locking liquidity is not always important, especially if you know who the developers are. Because the reason why people lock liquidity up is so they can't pull the rug and run off with your money. You know, so it's not that important anymore. It really isn't. Yeah, business really trying to push Celsius. Uh, yeah. Um, yeah, we bought some Celsius and it kind of took a dump, but it's kind of recovering, right? Regulation hasn't come out yet, so V3s are inevitable. No, well, not the contract. Not if you can change the contract. We'll see what some regulate. We'll see what the regulation does to shit coins. It's going to take a while for them to hit shit coins. I feel like Shiba Inu just does its own thing sometimes, but it's going to move with the market. It just might outmove it, right? It might dump more, or it might go crazy. Because it went up like what 40% one day. That was crazy. DJ says Volt NFT launch was a disaster. They did mint out all 10K NFTs, but only 770 holders. Holy shit. Yeah, those I'm not sure what NFTs really do unless they have actual utility, right? Um, Dojira launched on the Ethereum blockchain. I didn't know that. You can off the grid, but I don't think it matters. I didn't know they did that. I didn't know they bridged. I didn't know that. I haven't been really keeping up with them lately. I still have mine. It's not worth very much, but I still have it. Who knows, right? I had $500. I bought $500 of that shit like in, I don't know, November of last year. That shit was crazy. NFTs are stupid. Yeah, a lot of people don't understand NFTs. They see them as like digital art, but I don't think the NFTs are going to be. I don't think the importance of NFT or the value of NFTs are going to be digital art in the future. It's going to be proof of ownership without people doing the busy work. Right. Keep that in mind. When it comes to NFTs, it's going to be used to show ownership. You bought $1,000 worth when off the grid? God damn. Yeah. JPEG, quote unquote JPEG NFTs are probably not going to be the move, right? Like pictures and stuff, maybe, because it's like, well, how do you know what the real Mona Lisa is? You don't really know. You can have a copy of it, but you don't know. Yes, and you can say on the blockchain, there's copies, but like you have a certain set of numbers and letters, and you know for sure that that's your item. Yeah, Manny. Yeah, NFTs for pink slips for cars, deeds, titles, all that good stuff. You know, Dirty Miner says it allows you to make things like shirts and mugs or other products with the art from NFTs. Vasily says what people should concentrate on is mastering the movement of a blue chip crypto and swing trade. Yeah, that's tough, right? You got to be stuck by the computer all day. The crazy thing about cryptocurrency is that it's 24/7, baby. It's 24/7. But if you're good at setting your buys and your sell orders, and then you should be all right. But it's tough to do that, right? How is Lovely dumping so much when it listing on so many exchanges? Does that mean the devs are selling? How can I find the dev? What are you talking about, DSS? Yeah, Saitama's not looking good. Saitama's looking pretty bad. Like, it didn't really rally with the market either, which is kind of crazy to me. Yeah, Scotty Pimpin. It's going to be good. NFTs in the future, the blockchain, showing true ownership is going to be very, very important. NFTs for quotas. So, when it comes to those sorts of things like true ownership, that's what the real value of NFTs are going to be. You got it around November or sometime in the end of the year. Sadly, it's worth nothing. Yeah, it's not doing too hot right now. They're gaming studios, right? We'll see what they do a few years from now, but that market's kind of been saturated, right? Saitama was actually dumping a bit when the market was rallying. Yeah, that's crazy, right? Yeah, that's true, Basilio. It's not crazy. It's normal when it comes to Saitama. Yeah, I mean that was a whole interesting subject. That review was. I mean that AMA was terrible. Show us who's selling off Saitama. All the top wallets. I mean, we can go check it out, but it's all the top wallets. Probably. Is it the dev team? I don't know. Yeah, Gala Games is gonna go crazy. I like Gala. All right. Or it is the Indian devs. Really? Rodney, have you heard anyone else having their Coinbase account locked for a month? If you're getting emails like that, I would ignore them. I don't think those are real. This is the actual Saitama. This is the new Saitama contract, right? Yeah, it is. I mean, fuck. Um, what do I think about Pyro? I don't know much about Pyro. I know it's kind of hyped for a second there, but Pyro is they're one fucking top wallet away from getting wrecked. You know. DB2 Vasily said the most impressive thing on the AMA is that Russ no longer looks like a Russ lost a lot of weight, bro. Yeah, scammers say that your bank account or credit card is locked too. Yeah, be careful with that stuff, dude. There's some scammers out there. Satama devs are filthy wealthy now. Yeah, I mean, can't be mad at them, right? They just lied to everybody. I wrecked up Halagala. They are buying they're buying the Steam network. They're buying the Steam network. That could be huge for them. Yeah, that could fucking be huge. Steam is big, dude. Steam is big. What's up, Edgar? Yeah, Steam is big, bro. Steam has like been a staple of gaming forever. Oh, I need an energy drink. I need some caffeine, baby. A broke wing says, I feel bad because there's a whole new second wave of Saitama cultists and they are just getting wrecked. I know. He's probably paying millions to train with the MMA guys. They pay. Yeah, that was kind of bad, right? I mean, paying all those MMA fighters like insane amount of money, you know. Counter Strike. You don't need caffeine. You need ETH to 10x. Yeah, ETH 10x is that'll definitely give me the energy, right? Thank you, Javi, for the $5. Appreciate you. Kay says, save y'all money and just wait till we reach a bottom. Yes, I think we're gonna get to the bottom soon. Right. Caffeine addiction is no joke. That is true. That is very, very true. Is that confirmed with Gala and Steam? Let me Google it. I want to see. Oh, I guess yeah. I think Zach made a video on it. So I would say that it's pretty legit. 100% Vasilio. Every November 13th. Can you imagine knowing your money was spent for dumbass fighters that know nothing about crypto and bring no value to the token community? Exactly, right? Is Gala like the next Solana or Mana? I don't think Solana and Mana and Gala are all comparable. Maybe Mana and Gala because they're both like gaming kind of, except like Mana's more metaverse. Gala Games is like just like a hub, a gaming hub, right? And it's kind of makes sense for them to take over Steam because Steam is kind of like the same thing, right? People build games on Steam all the time, and people make videos about them. It's a huge culture, like on YouTube and in the gaming community. Like people know Steam, like they like Steam. So if you go to Gala Games, you can see like I think Classic Crypto plays a few of these games like on his stream. Like he plays a lot of them. Like Spider Tanks, but it's like a hub with all these games, right? So Fortitude, Galactica, Spider Tanks, because Superior Legend Born, Barandis. So Atomic can pay millions to MMA and then he sees no yeah, that was stupid, right? It's crazy to me. Nuts. It's nuts. To me, it's like super nuts to do that, right? And now I want to share a thing that DJ sent me the other day that's pretty interesting and pretty telling about it's a post by CZ. Oops. Okay, so they are silently in crypto already. So this is yesterday. CZ posted this, right? Look at all these companies that are into crypto, right? Alphabet, we know who Alphabet is, obviously. Fireblocks, Dapper Labs, Voltage, like BlackRock, Circle, FTX, right? Morgan Stanley, I think it's called whatever the Fragment, NY, NY Digital, Samsung's into these ones. Like all these big companies are already into cryptocurrency, right? Just keep that in mind. Like they're silently buying, which you should be too, right? You should be getting into these cryptocurrency products. So it's actually interesting to see all these companies already in cryptocurrency projects, right? Or blockchain companies, that they're invested in. So keep that in mind, right? Or not pay for airdrops to the holders, or that exactly, yeah, exactly. They didn't want to pay for it. It was too expensive. They said they couldn't control how expensive gas fees were for the blockchain. Nah, nah, nah. To me, that's crazy. To me, that's nuts, right? That's nuts. All right, lady boys. I am out here. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I'm going to be going live on Twitch around 1:30 p.m. So if you like some Super Smash Brothers, some gaming, come hang out over there with us. It's been actually popping. And yeah, you have to pay for the migration too. Yeah, now you have to do it. All right. After they said they wouldn't. Rodney, I've been hearing that Alphabet is a potential buyer for Voyager. I looked over Insecure Creative List. Yeah, I mean, it could happen, right? They're being quiet about getting into it, but guys, they're getting into it, right? So keep that in mind. They're getting into it. Shout out to Immutable. We see Immutable up there. Yeah, baby. Let's go, baby. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic day. Rocket League. I might play some Legend of Zelda tonight. We might actually stream a lot today. I'm really feeling the stream vibes. Bye-bye. Peace to the motherfucking Middle East.